All right, guys. Blue Protocol, not a dead game. Actually, looks to be a very alive game and something I'm very thankful for. Now, if you guys didn't know that the most recent dev stream finally came out, they've updated their website, they've updated their Twitter, they've updated everything, and it's finally happening. I can't even bring words to describe how I'm feeling right now. Mainly because I've been so excited for this game ever since I played it back in, I guess, 2021 is when the first network test happened. And then they went radio silence for a very long time. But let's not harp on the bad. Let's talk about the good. And let's hit you with those good points right away. But before I do that, if you guys can, hit that like and subscribe for more Blue Protocol and mobile gaming and anime gaming and all that goodness on the channel. I do appreciate it. The big announcement from the dev stream as your first essentially big tip, I guess, a big announcement, is that the release of the Japanese version is coming spring 2023. That is insane, especially from a company that we thought that went radio silence, was having development issues. We've heard rumors that they had to upgrade the engine, that they had to rework some of the code, that they were having issues with some of the asset management, stuff like that, and that they were hiring people still. But then out of nowhere, spring 2023. That's literally 4 to 5 months from this video. That is a insane achievement and something they should be very proud of. And hopefully the game launches to the standards of everyone in the Japanese market and then eventually the global market. Now, coming off the heels of that, they did announce that there is one final beta test. Those signups are actually right now. The links to all the signups down below. Now, the stipulation is they do say it's for Japan only in the fine text, but you can go ahead and apply and maybe you'll get in, and hopefully some of us get in. Hopefully I get in because I do want to record some gameplay. And I just want to play. I just want to play. I'll be honest. But I would record it and we'll make a lot of videos. So that beta test is happening from January 14th to January 16th. So a 2-day beta test or a 36-hour beta test or somewhere around there. Okay, so we just got a bunch of announcements for the Japanese release. Cool. That's very exciting. Right? It's better that something gets released than nothing gets released. But what about our global community? And funny enough, on their dev live stream, they actually took time out of the live stream to address the global audience. Now, I couldn't imagine there was too many global audience watching besides me and a few other people. And mainly because the whole thing was in Japanese, unless you had a translator handy or that you can just make sense of it. But they took the time to announce that at the Game Awards happening in December, they are going to make a global announcement. Now, this could mean a lot of different things. They could announce that they are looking into it. They can announce that they're in progress. It could be a 5-second announcement. Or it could be an announcement of upcoming global beta tests or the official launch of global. Now, I don't think global will launch spring 2023 without us having any beta tests for localizations. So my hope is that Blue Protocol will launch globally in 2023 in general, but I don't think it would happen anywhere until the 3rd or 4th quarter. Now that's assuming they can get localization in place, but there are a lot of English text and everything like that already in the game, so they might be halfway there or most of the way there. Let's talk about the 5 classes that are in the game, because I know you guys are probably super excited about that. So, covering the 5 classes, you have the Aegis, the Twin Striker, the Blast Archer, the Spellcaster, and the Heavy Smasher. Now, briefly going over each of these, the Aegis is a sword and shield gameplay. Now, the Aegis is actually, funny enough, I'm not a tank type of person, And I shouldn't say tank. Aegis still does a lot of damage. In this game, you're always flexing multiple roles. Unless you're the spellcaster, and then I guess you're flexing one role. But the Aegis is actually really cool. It requires a lot of skill compared to a lot of the other characters, mainly due to the fact that you actually have to actively dodge, actively block, and actively attack. And what does that mean is that you have this shield, and that shield you can block on command. You actually have to hold right click or shift. I can't remember the key, but you actually have to block. Now, you actually get penalized for blocking either too often, incorrectly, or at the wrong times. Next, you have the Twin Striker. And the Twin Striker is essentially your dual axe berserker, in my opinion. Very flashy, lots of spins, lots of dropping the axe on the enemy, lots of quick attacks, spin attacks, very short distance melee attacks. Now, if you're only interested in doing melee damage, the Twin Striker is for you. And is honestly a very fun class to play as well. I didn't find it as interesting as the Aegis, but the Twin Striker does have its use case because you do need to do damage as well. Next up, we have the Blast Archer. The Blast Archer is a long distance and support character. Now, we can't take a look at the skill trees or the way that you build the characters because we won't know until we see the final product. But in the very early version network test back in 2021, you were able to shift your archer either more damage or more support. Now, your Blast Archer can actually do these long-range AoE healings, attack ups, and different support mechanics for your entire party, and probably is the most important class besides the Aegis in a team composition. And having multiple Blast Archers is always a good thing, because some can focus more on damage, debuffing, and others can focus more on support and buffing your characters. A very versatile character that you can't go wrong with. Every team's going to be looking for a Blast Archer. Next up, we have the Spellcaster, and the Spellcaster reminds me of my heyday back in WoW playing a mage, mainly because every single time you dodge, you do this little blink move, and I just love it. But very flashy, is able to use fire, ice, and lightning. Now, I don't know if you can use all three all the time, or if you have to spec into it, or you have to level some up and not others. Maybe you're more of a fire main, maybe you're more of a lightning, or maybe you use a combination of all three all the time, depending on the situation. We won't know those details until we get more into it, but I do love just the animations are super flashy. There's nothing better than calling down a giant meteor out of the sky to fall onto your foes. Absolutely amazing. And then finally, we have a brand new class, which is called the Heavy Smasher, which is a heavy hammer with a ball on the end that can essentially turn into a flail or a launchable ball, kind of Pez dispenser kind of thing. I don't know what to make of this class. I'll be perfectly honest. I'm not going to try and foobar it here, but essentially you attack slow but very hard. And you have all these alternate abilities with the ball that is attached to the Heavy Smasher to change it into like an AoE move or into a burstable move. But until we can put our hands on it, I'm not sure where this currently lays. But it is good to see that they are releasing new classes and that they are very unique. I don't know if I've ever seen one like this, and I don't typically play the two-handed character in the beginning anyways, but we'll have to give this one a try. Whew. All right, guys, that's everything I have for you on this video. If you'd like to be updated on more videos, make sure you do hit that like and subscribe once again. And we will be covering Blue Protocol and a lot of the other anime, gacha, RPG games that we cover on this channel. So I do appreciate you. Comment down below if you found this helpful, if you're very excited, or just your general thoughts. I'll see you guys on the next video. And fist bump from me to you.